Okay, so super duper mega ultimate DVD Blu-ray update coming at you right now. Of course, Black Friday, Cyber Monday, a lot of cool stuff came on, good deals and stuff like that. So I couldn't resist. Even though, to be honest, Black Friday, it's kind of a new thing that Canada is adopting. So we've only really had it popularized for a few years, but most of the stuff was online anyway. So Amazon was where I mostly got the stuff that I got. Um, yeah, it got to a bad point where I was like looking at the deal store on DVDs and Blu-rays, like, and refreshing the page every 5 seconds. So it got pretty bad, but I didn't overdo it too much. I'm kind of still holding out for Boxing Day this year after Christmas. So I'll just show you some of the stuff I got. I got Black Friday, Cyber Monday, and just other stuff. First thing I got, it's not a Cyber Monday or Black Friday deal. I had to pay full price, but it was pretty cool. Like, and I don't know, it's just this time of year. It's December, Christmas is coming, and I realized I did not have this movie in my collection, and it was just a great injustice not to have it. In my opinion, you should really have this movie. And I'm not big on Christmas movies too much, but this seems like an essential one to have, even if you're not big on Christmas. And that's Scrooged, starring the great Bill Murray. And this is actually a steelbook, which is pretty cool. I didn't even know they had it on steelbook, but it's pretty cool. You got like the DVD and Blu-ray in the set, and it comes with like an ultraviolet code, so it's pretty cool. I like this one. Name any TV show or any kind of movie, and they've done a version of Scrooge, A Christmas Carol by Dickens, in some form or another. Um, this one has to be one of the best modern retellings of it. Very funny with Bill Murray, very sharply written movie, and it does the job in putting you in the Christmas spirit. So what can I tell you? Another thing was that's a steelbook, and I got plenty of other steelbooks here. Um, Amazon had, I think it was $8.99 for a bunch of steelbooks, so pretty much cleaned out there. So I'll show you. Yeah, I got Heat, the great crime saga by Michael Mann, of course, starring Al Pacino, Robert De Niro, Val Kilmer. A great movie, one of my favorites. Definitely one of my favorites from Michael Mann. Other than maybe The Insider, I think this is my favorite movie from him. These steelbooks, there's nothing too particularly interesting on the inside, so that's pretty much it. Oh, it's still very cool to have it on Blu-ray finally. I have it on VHS. I have it on DVD, so I thought I'd take a look at the Blu-ray. Very, very great movie, in my opinion. Speaking of great movies, pretty much doesn't get any greater or well-regarded than Gone with the Wind. Also got a steelbook of that. Again, steelbook. Very cool. Pretty much, it's just one disc, and it actually has a little advertisement inside with Scarlett O'Hara here. Um, yeah, I already had the DVD, and I had the 4 disc set. It was a very impressive set, packed with special features and all that good stuff. So I didn't want to go too overboard in getting a Blu-ray, though I'm really curious to see the transfer. I really got to check this out soon, if I can set aside like 4 hours. But yeah, I mean, it's just one of the all-time greats. And since I already had the DVD version, oh, by the way, Amazon was selling these Blu-rays or these Blu-ray steelbooks for $8.99 each, which is a pretty good deal. I checked recently to see if they had the deal again. They're up to like $22 or whatever, so definitely a good deal on one of the great movies of all time. Really, I think it's a classic. Clark Gable, Vivian Leigh, just iconic in their roles, and it won a million Oscars, and rightly so. Just a great movie. What can I tell you? Also, completely different type of movie, but and it was, most of the movies I got on Steelbook kind of feel like, okay, they're like thrillers or action movies or whatever. Kind of weird to get Gone with the Wind on Steelbook, but whatever. I mean, Steelbook whatever. I mean, I'm not a big Steelbook guy. I know some people be like, I need everything on Steelbook. Steelbook is the greatest invention. No, whatever. But I just think it's cool. And in a lot of cases here, in fact, every single case, except for Scrooged, pretty much, they're all movies I already own, and I just wanted to upgrade to Blu-ray anyway. And at a Steelbook at $8.99 anyway, I mean, that's a good deal, I gotta tell you. This one is Zodiac. I think it's David Fincher's best movie. If you're familiar at all with this channel, you know I do have a liking for Alien 3. I think it's a very unfairly put down movie. And 7, of course, everyone loves 7. Fight Club, everyone loves Fight Club. Benjamin Button, I'm not so much a fan of. It's okay. But this is, I think, the great, definitive David Fincher movie. Everything that you kind of expect from him. He is a little bit darker of a director, and he has a very, very kind of in-tune, dark visual style. Like, he can make a movie and film it in a dark kind of way, but still make it very clear, which is why I'm really looking forward to seeing it on Blu-ray. And I think the story is just excellent. You know, just about obsession and how there's more than one way to lose your life to a serial killer, as the tagline informs us. Great performances by Jake Gyllenhaal, by Mark Ruffalo, and Robert fucking Downey Jr., okay? This was kind of like the stepping stone period between his recovery and becoming the hugest actor in the world. You know, this was one of the key movies. I mean, he did stuff like what else did he do? A Scanner Darkly, that was very good. And Wonder Boys, of course, I loved. But this was like, in my opinion, this was like just before Iron Man. I was like, damn, Robert Downey Jr., he's on. Oh, and Kiss Kiss Bang Bang, that was another great one. But a great movie, one of my favorites, probably my favorite of the year it was released. It was released in 2007. I'd say it's the top movie of 2007, and there are definitely a lot of great movies that year, like No Country for Old Men, There Will Be Blood, but there's something about this movie that there's a little bit extra to it. A very, very absorbing movie, and it's contagious, the obsession that the main character, Jake Gyllenhaal, does feel. You feel drawn into it in the same kind of way, and so you keep on watching it and you repeat watching, and it's a fascinating movie. Definitely my personal favorite of David Fincher's. And finally, of these deals, these $8.99 deals, one of my favorites too, and this is from 2006. So probably the best movie of 2006 in my opinion, and the Academy agreed with me. It's The Departed, Martin Scorsese's fuck-filled, violent-filled, bullet-blazing, just terrifyingly awesome morality tale in Boston about cops and criminals and the difference between the two and the moral line that must be crossed. Such an excellent movie with the incredible cast, really. You got Leo DiCaprio, you got Mark Wahlberg, you got Matt Damon, you got Jack fucking Nicholson. Oh man, so good. I love Jack Nicholson in this movie. I know I know people say he goes over the top, but I love him. This is one of my favorite Jack Nicholson movies. He's so good, and Alec Baldwin's good in it too, but definitely stole the show by Jack Nicholson. I think I smell a rat. Oh, so good. Oh, and Martin Sheen. Very great in the movie. Vera Farmiga, and there's someone else I know I'm missing, but someone else is really good in this movie. But a great cast, well-deserved Oscars here. So I love this movie. I can't go into to even begin to describe how much I love it. Just one of my faves. And the soundtrack is awesome. Great movie. And I'm really looking forward to seeing how it looks on Blu-ray. So, yeah. And one thing I just have to share, if I can find it here. Oh, did you see my hat, by the way? Isn't that awesome? Yeah. But anyway. Okay. So, the steelbooks, they all came in the mail or whatever. And they had their, the slips in the back, right? So, Here's a slip for The Departed, let you know, whatever. This is a slip for Zodiac, as you can see here. This is a slip for Heat. Basic stuff. But here's a slip that came with Gone with the Wind, which I thought was really funny. I don't know if you can see that. Well, I don't know. I don't remember Gone with the Wind being so dark. I don't know. Anyway, one more sort of steelbook. It counts as a steelbook, I guess. But this is like a super duper ultimate type of steelbook. It came with like a stand to put it up on your shelf and everything. It's Man of Steel. Very cool. This is a steelbook. Look at this. Isn't that cool? It like opens up and everything. If I can get it open, which I can't. There we go. It's pretty cool. You see, like, well, I'll just take out the thing here. So, see, like, the Superman, and you see Zod, and it kind of comes out in this cool kind of way. And isn't that cool? And like, you got the Blu-ray, DVD, 3D DVD, or 3D Blu-ray, and special features. So I've gone into detail about this movie. I did a review on it. I think it's a good movie. I like it. And it was very, very nice to revisit it on Blu-ray. It was when I bought it. I only saw it in theater one time, and it was in 3D. The 3D sucked, by the way. Some of the worst 3D I've ever seen. I don't know if it was filmed in 3D. Most likely it was a conversion of some kind, because sat there the whole time, those stupid glasses, didn't see nothing. It was pretty disappointing and not worth the up price that they do, which sucks. So I don't have a 3D TV, so I won't be able to watch it at home in 3D. Not that I care, not that I have any reason to believe that 3D would be any better in the comfort of your own home, but it was nice watching it again, just in standard format, on the Blu-ray disc, high definition. It's a beautiful looking movie, despite some of the shaky cam, and I think it holds up on a rewatch. I think I liked it a little bit better rewatching it again. One of the better, big event movies to come out this summer, I think. Yeah, so that's that. That's the steelbooks anyway. I did get more stuff. That wasn't a Black Friday deal, by the way. That was just full price. It was kind of pricey, but look at that. Such a cool set. Isn't that cool? I think that's pretty cool. But speaking of big event movies from the summer, I got Star Trek Into Darkness. This was a Black Friday or Cyber Monday deal. Unfortunately, it did not come with a slipcover, which bums me out. I paid I think $12 for this. New movie, I would have expected a slipcover. But oh well. And I rewatched this recently. Again, first time since theaters. The 3D was good in this one when I saw it in theaters, so no complaints there. Yeah, it's good. Again, I did a review of Star Trek Into Darkness too. It doesn't hold up quite as well, watching it again, but not bad. I don't think it achieves greatness, but it's an entertaining movie and looks great on Blu-ray. Great action. You can, if you're a fan of Star Trek, you can accuse it of 100 million different things, but you can't accuse it of being boring, which it is not. It's very entertaining. And Benedict Cumberbatch, great villain. Though, let's be honest here, Ricardo Montalban, except no substitutes. But a fun movie. I like it. Probably not a movie I'll watch over and over, but it's nice to have in the collection. Another Black Friday or Cyber Monday, I can't remember. I was clicking that button so much. But another deal that I got was a trilogy set. Again, in a lot of cases, I'm just doing like a what do you call it? Like an upgrade from like DVD to Blu-ray. In most of the cases, except for some of the newer movies, that's the deal. This one I bought first day on DVD. Huge deal on DVD. It was like one of the main titles. It's like okay, DVD is this like amazing thing. Everybody's taking advantage of it. We got to release this. And I remember it was released a little over 10 years ago on DVD. Then, when Blu-ray came along, everyone started doing the Blu-ray thing. So you were kind of waiting for the usual suspects of titles to come. This one, I didn't jump the chance on Blu-ray for whatever reason. Though I love the series, I just didn't get around to it. Then I saw it was $22.99 for this set on Amazon. Thought it was a good deal, so I picked it up. Back to the Future, 1, 2, and 3. Great trilogy. Some of my favorite movies. As you can see, pretty modest set. No slipcover, no nothing. But for $22.99, can't really complain. But just 3 classic movies. I love them so much. I think I should do a review of these, so I'll keep my opinion on it just general. I love them. Even the third one, I like it. And I'm very curious to see it on Blu-ray. They probably cleaned it up pretty nice, which I'm excited to see. So I have a lot of watching to do, obviously. Another set is another trilogy. Not something that I was like eager to get since I had them on DVD, but you know, certain types of movies, especially like action movies or like comic book movies or whatever, you really kind of need to get the DVD or Blu-ray experience, I think. And I saw this set, Amazon, $9.99. How could it go wrong? And it's the X-Men Trilogy, X-Men, X-Men 2, X-Men United, and X-Men The Last Stand. So 3 really good movies. I like them all. I know a lot of people do not like The Last Stand, but I think it's okay. I think even maybe the first is my favorite. I mean, I know a lot of people really hold the second in high regard, but I don't know. There's something about the first movie that I like. I mean, definitely. This is from 2000, the very first one. So in a lot of ways, it's like, I don't know, sort of like the patron saint of modern comic book movies. It's pretty much paved the way for other stuff to be done. I mean, the whole kind of, if you want to call it a genre, but like, it was all just fizzling. I mean, the Superman movies were long gone. Batman movies turned into a joke with Batman and Robin. You had like Steel with Shaquille O'Neal. That wasn't doing anybody any favors. The Phantom, the Shadow. So nothing was really happening. But then Bryan Singer and X-Men came along and kind of just revitalized everything, gave it a really sincere kind of, okay, this can be a kid-friendly sort of kind of action thing, but it can also be kind of a serious movie. And that's what they achieved with X-Men in a big bad way. And naturally, like, you compare it to some of the other movies, it's not a huge budget movie. Definitely has a decent budget, good effects, everything like that. But you could, looking back on it now, watching it now, you can sense the limitations. Almost like a 90-minute sizzle reel, basically. Basically, they're trying to say, okay, this is what we can do. Just give us a little more money, and we can up the ante. We can deliver more, which is what they did with X2. But I don't know. I like the modesty of this movie. And Hugh Jackman as Wolverine is great. He's been in every single movie. Definitely the key character that brings the movies together. And I especially like, you know, him and Rogue in this movie, kind of like the outcast, kind of like a father-daughter kind of thing. I liked all that, and I liked where the series went. And one thing you really gotta appreciate about the series is that, you know, it's still going. I mean, they haven't rebooted this shit yet, which is that's impressive. Spider-Man started after X-Men, and already they just took the eraser to the chalkboard and started all over again, which is bullshit, in my opinion. But you know, you gotta appreciate though the continuity isn't the best. They kind of learn from their mistakes. They recover their fumbles. Even if you didn't like X3, I think they responded to that well with with First Class, which a lot of people say it's the best one. I think maybe it is. If I think about it a little more, I definitely love First Class. And with Origins Wolverine, I like X3, X-Men Origins Wolverine. Honestly, sometimes I forget it exists. I hate that movie. It's a piece of shit. What can I tell you? But they recovered on that with First Class, and they recovered on X-Men Origins Wolverine with an actually good Wolverine movie, The Wolverine, which I also got. This wasn't a deal. Pretty cool cover too. So often you'll see like really shitty Photoshop stuff. Well, I mean, not great. But yeah, this is the DVD, Blu-ray, 3D Blu-ray, special features, and it has the unrated cut, unrated unleashed. I like the movie already. I think the unrated cut, it improves on a movie that I already really enjoy. They added violence. Yes, it is CGI blood, but it's done very well. Not like, say, like the Expendables or like, oh god, did you ever see, this is going on a crazy tangent here, but do you remember Alien vs. Predator, how the whole controversy was that, oh, it's going to be PG-13, what's up with that bullshit? And they're like, don't worry, we got this unrated cut. Turns out it was all just CGI blood that they added in after the fact, just to sell an unrated DVD. Worst CGI blood I've ever seen. But anyway, great movie. Hugh Jackman has never been better as Wolverine. You know, since they focused him on this story, which is very pretty. It's a simple kind of story about you know, he's in Japan, and this man from his past is kind of offering to take away his powers so that he can live a mortal life, and you know, he's tortured, so he kind of deals with that temptation, but at the same time dealing with this challenge kind of makes him realize, okay, maybe I have a purpose in this world, and my power, as cursed as it is to me, could be wrong in someone else's hands and could do a lot of bad. So yeah, he learns a little lesson, and I honestly, I think it's a great movie. Definitely one of the better X-Men movies. I mean, in my opinion, it is leaps and bounds better than Origins, that's for sure. Definitely better than X3. Probably not better than X-Men 1 or 2 or First Class, but it's definitely in there. I think it's the kind of movie that you can benefit through watching a couple of times over and kind of I don't know, revisiting it every once in a while. It's not too complicated. The thing about a lot of these movies, and probably where something like The Last Stand failed, was that they crammed in so much. We have to get all these mutants in. We have to get all this incredible special effects and stuff. But here it's just, okay, just Wolverine. Yeah, he has some bad guys. Whatever. Yeah, we'll put in a little cameo for fan service. Stuff like that. So I thought they handled it very well. So, really great movie. Last bit of stuff, some TV shows. This one wasn't a Black Friday or Cyber Monday deal, though it may as well been, because they have this for a great price. Third Rock from the Sun, the complete series, all 6 seasons. Oh, I love this show. This is one of my favorites growing up. I hadn't seen it in so long, and I'm like, dude, I gotta get this, I gotta buy this, and yeah, to be fair, if you open it up, it's kind of a cheap kind of thing, but that's still cool. But yeah, great series. It's still cheap on Amazon, so I suggest checking it out. Another thing I got was, I don't know, this was $22 on Amazon. I've never seen the show. Downton Abbey. I hear it's good. Seasons 1 and 3, or 1 through 3, on Blu-ray. I don't know. I'll watch it eventually. If I'm, bored one Sunday afternoon, I'll give it a watch. So I can't really say anything about it, but at a good price. I mean, come on. For 3 seasons of this show, usually it's like $50, so why not, right? Okay. There was one more thing I got. Where is it? Okay, now this most definitely, it was not a deal. This I paid full price for. It was a hefty price, I'll tell you that much. But worth every penny in my edition, in my opinion. But I think I'll save that for another video. So, thanks for watching my Super Mega Ultimate DVD Blu-ray update. And comment, rate, subscribe, and yeah, Merry Christmas.